Alright, what's going on, guys? Try back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video for The Walking Dead Season 9. We're going to give our thoughts on new showrunner Angela Kang's first comments about this upcoming season. And I'll put the link in the description to the HollywoodReporter.com so you guys can go ahead and check this one out. Our first kind of comments from Angela Kang on The Walking Dead Season 9. And it's almost something that has kind of slipped my mind, which is that, oh yeah, we're going to be getting a new showrunner for The Walking Dead Season 9. So the show's probably going to be quite a bit different. It's probably going to feel different from the prior seasons. And, you know, for a lot of people, when they heard about this, they were very excited because that meant that Scott Gimple was not going to be showrunning the series anymore. And a lot of people are not happy with what he's done with the series in the last 2 years, I want to say, for Season 7 and 8. So with Season 9, you're going to be getting kind of a new take on The Walking Dead. But just how much of a new beginning it actually is kind of crazy from the sounds of things, with it maybe being even more of a new beginning than we had originally thought. You see, the volume of the Walking Dead comic book series this season is based on is called A New Beginning, or at least the start of the season. So I guess maybe, I don't know, maybe Andrew Lincoln read that and he's like, a new beginning, you know, let's see how much of a new beginning this is actually going to be. Because really, when you think about it, like, this is pretty much going to be a new show. You know, if he's not even there for the first half of the season, and then Rick's time in the show ends before the first half of The Walking Dead Season 9 is even over, you know, when it comes back for the second half and everything, this is going to be like a totally different series. So here's what it says. We get some comments about the time skip. So it starts off, we're playing with time in the season, so we get to jump forward in the story, Kang said during a Kick-Ass Women of AMC panel. That comment confirmed that the AMC drama will follow the events of creator Robert Kirkman's comic book series, in which the narrative jumps forward 2 years following the end of all-out war between Rick and Negan. While Kang did not address the departure of the series lead Lincoln, AMC has yet to comment on the star's pending exit, or just how Cohan's Maggie will be written out after the actress' salary standoff with the cable network. She painted a larger picture of her version for The Walking Dead. Then it says, we're working on a season that has a really fresh look and feel. I bet it does. I bet it's got a really, yeah, like, you know, instead of having Rick at the front, you know, it's Daryl, right? There's your we come in on some pretty fun stuff. I'm really focusing a lot on the core character relationships in the show that have kind of been long-lasting, as well as all of our wonderful series regulars. Okay, let's stop there for a second. So everything, so far, everything according to plan. All the comments, exactly what we expected to see. You know, we've done videos giving our thoughts on her, you know, and kind of her style, where she, probably her strongest suit is the relationships between the characters in the series. So yes, you know, we've got all this. It sounds like she's self-aware to that point, that she even knows that she does that, and that she's really good at that. So it sounds like that's something that we're going to get highlighted for the season, which could be good. I mean, if you're going to kill Rick off, you know, that's what you want. You want to have those intense and important kind of last, maybe last lines or last moments with each other, and you know, last things that are said to each other in an important way, and to show how close these characters have grown over time. Then maybe you bring Shane in for a flashback sequence or hallucination or something, and Rick goes to heaven or something. I don't know, but we'll see how that goes. It sounds good so far, though, but the fresh look and feel thing really really makes me kind of laugh. So Kang has been with The Walking Dead since Season 1, Episode 7. Hollywood Reporter, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. In taking over for Gimple, she becomes the show's 4th overall showrunner. Frank Darabont launched the series and was replaced by Glenn Mazzara, with Gimple ultimately taking over. For his part, Gimple was promoted to serve as Chief Content Officer of all the Walking Dead for AMC after creator Kirkman moved his original deal to Amazon Studios. So that one is a really tricky question. I don't know, and again, since that's happened, I don't know how involved Robert Kirkman is with the Walking Dead television series anymore. I really don't know if he cares, you know, because I kind of get the message, like I get the message that he cares, but I don't think he cares as much as he once did. I don't think he cares as much as he did in season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or even the start of 7. I think from what I've seen, and I don't want to put words in other people's mouths, but I feel like he doesn't care as much as he did. And especially now you got Invincible, his other comic book series, it's his other longest running comic book series, coming to Amazon and not AMC. It just really feels like he's like, you know, I don't even know if he's still going to kind of those writing meetings, because he used to be involved with writing all the seasons and the episodes, and he'd be in the writer's room for a long time. And I'm just wondering right now if he's even still involved at all. Then we've got still Kang expressed hope that season 9 would lean into great stories with women on the series. And then, well, it was a women conference, right? So of course she's going to talk this up, right? We're going to see some really great stories with the women in our show, particularly, and I think for people who are really invested in Michonne, Denai Guerrera, Maggie, or Carol, Melissa McBride. There's such great material for them. For people who are looking for that specifically, they will see some really incredible work for our women, she said. Then it has here, Gimple 2 remain mum on all the changes coming to The Walking Dead, and those that have already transpired on Fear, including the controversial decision to kill off, and I'll keep it spoiler free, you guys know who, or a couple of who, you know, but he did indicate a larger desire to tell stories with a beginning, middle, and end for the show's central characters. It says here, television is a different media than comics, even just from a practical point of view. There are main characters in the book that drift away for 17 issues. And that's weird in television, but that's something you can do. And also, I think if there's a character there, they need an alpha and an omega. They need a beginning, middle, and end, he said. Sometimes in the book, there are long stretches where characters don't have much to do or you don't see them. If there's a human being on your show, you need a beginning, middle, and end. And you can find inspiration from the books. That's the number one thing, I think. Wow. When you think about the context of what he's saying here, I mean, wow, man, that's even heavier stuff than even what she had mentioned, and he's not even showrunning it this year, you know, like but it's like a beginning, a middle, and end. It's like, wow, dude, you know, like again, you know, we can't say going in like, okay, they're going to kill Rick, but it's like you hear things like this, and it's like, how do you expect? And he likes to troll with the audience, so take it for what take it for what you will. But it's just like you hear stuff like this, and it's like, wow, dude. You know, alpha and an omega, like beginning, middle, and end, he said. So it's like, wow, you know, it just really feels like he's talking about Rick here. And I don't know, man. It's like, you know, it is true that it's very different from the comics, whereas in the comics, there's no Andrew Lincoln. You know, the comic book series has been running for 15 years, right? That's a long time for a series or a comic book series to run. But when you have a TV series, you have a whole cast of people. It's not just like with a comic book series, you have, you know, Kirkman, you know, you have your artist, Charlie Adler, or Tony Moore, or you have, you know, a few other people, inkers, stuff like this, whatever. You know, it's not like it's a one-man operation. There are a good number of people, like maybe half a dozen to a dozen people involved with that creation process, right? The content creation process of that story, of that book is such an awesome book and everything, and it's so you know, well received and everything. They've got a whole team for that. But for the TV series, I mean, if you want to compare the amount of people involved with the TV series versus a comic book series, it's like there's just no comparison. You know, every single character that Charlie Adler draws, you know, in that story, however many characters are in that roster, in the TV series version, each one of those people or each one of those characters are actors or actresses in real life, real people who, you know, they have their own lives that they're living, and some of them might be committed for 15 years, but there's probably not that many that would be. Some of them, like Lenny James, he's in there, but he's such a good actor, you can't just have him in the background. You know, you got to bring him to the forefront. You got to use him. So he's able to find out a way to do that with Fear the Walking Dead, which I think has been awesome. Certainly better than just killing Morgan off and wasting such talent and such an important character in the series. But it sounds to me like he's pretty much saying here that everybody has kind of a shelf life and everyone's going to have an amount of time that pretty much we're going to get to spend with them. And if these series go on long enough, we're going to see the death of everybody. You know, even if Norman Reedus is the most committed of anybody to the show, or Melissa McBride is, or Denai Guerrero is, whoever is, you know, whatever amount of time, eventually those characters are going to have an end, and it's not the same as with a comic where you can put Morgan in the background, and that's okay. You can't put Lenny James in the background and just, you know, do that with him. He's and some of the others as well too. You know, Denai Guerrero, another example. She got Avengers and some of this going on. You know, like it's crazy, man. So in a lot of ways, I feel like The Walking Dead has kind of become a victim of its own success in some ways, where the people that are in the show and have been in the show for so long have become so successful, like Lauren Cohan and like Andrew Lincoln and some of the others here that we mentioned, where they get these other opportunities out there, and it's like, okay, so, you know, with that character and with that contract ending, are they going to re-sign for another 7 years or something? Or do they want to spend more of their career doing something else? Do they want to say, I gave a decade to The Walking Dead, or 5 years, or however long, or a couple years, and I'm done, and I'm going to go do something else? Whereas in the comics, it's like, no, Rick doesn't die forever, so, you know, or for 20 years, so he's going to be in the series for 20 years. And all you need is an artist to draw him in, and a writer to write his lines, and he's in, he's done, right? So it's totally different between that TV series version and that comic version. So let me know what you guys think. The women getting more time this season, well, you know, I would expect to see early on in the first half, I'm thinking that, of course, Rick is going to be probably primary. Maggie as well, too, because she's super important in there as well. And, oh man, the rest is like, you know, they're all probably going to fit in because, you know, of what's going to happen. So this sounds like it's going to be an absolute bloodbath. This sounds like it's actually going to trump the season 7 premiere as like the biggest deaths in the series. You know, at this point, it's just, oh my God, this is going to be insane. So we'll just do literally a couple questions for today, and you guys leave comments below. Let me know what you think about this. This is crazy stuff, man. You know, maybe tomorrow we'll just do a video giving our thoughts on how we feel about this, because it's like the whole thing, the whole series for so many years. It's like, you know, it really feels like, it's like, wow, you know, is this what's happening, right? So Daniel Butler says, hey, Trev, just a theory, and I haven't put a ton of thought into this yet, so be open-minded. What if the recent Rick death news is a hoax in place of Rick's death fake-out? In the comics during All Out War, I know most evidence points to Rick's departure from the show, but it's a fun theory to think about, and a fan can hope. And you know, that's the thing, but if you're reading what Gimple just said here, and I'll put it in the description for you guys to read yourselves so you can go through it and really gather your thoughts on that one, it's like they all have a time, right? And he has been at the forefront every season, right? You know, every episode, like hundreds of episodes of the show. You know, I mean, this has been his career, so he probably wants to try other stuff and see what happens. And again, his contract was up this summer, so it's not like this is all kind of coming out and that there was absolutely no telling. We did know. I think we just all assumed that he would re-sign and that he would be in the series for many more years to come. But you know, I mean, man, his value is going to be huge after The Walking Dead. So maybe he just thought about it and he's like, well, you know, Carl's gone now too, so I guess it's my turn to finally go. So it's crazy stuff. So I don't think it is a fake out, brother. Like, after all this stuff's coming out, no, man, you know, I hope I'm wrong, but it really doesn't seem like it, dude. It's crazy, but I don't think so. AJ Unlimited says, hey, Trev, I gotta ask, how much of the current Walking Dead hate do you think is bandwagon hate, and would The Walking Dead be better if social media wasn't as powerful and influential towards the show and its viewers as it is? So I don't think so, man. I just think really, well, I mean, it's just that the series has been running for so long, and I think that there was some stuff that happened in season 7 and season 8 that a lot of people really didn't like. And I was kind of surprised by the audience's reaction from it. But at the same time, I have to say that the series has been on over 100 episodes. Once it got to that point, I just really felt like, wow, you know, this show's been on a long time. And, you know, I just really feel like things get hot for a while, but they're not hot forever. And it's not, you know, it doesn't go on forever. So, you know, we've had a lot of great seasons of The Walking Dead. It's been awesome. I'm sure we'll get at least a couple more. But, yeah, it's been on a long time. And That's just kind of how it goes. And so, like, as things kind of grow like that, they become popular, and so popular to a point that sometimes people turn on them and they think, oh, you know, that's old news or whatever. That's you know, not where it's at anymore. That's not the cool new thing anymore, right? Which is why, like, in a lot of ways this year, Fear and the whole Morgan crossover has kind of even been more hyped than this half of The Walking Dead was for the back half of Season 8, which is crazy to see, right? But that's kind of what we saw just because it was something new and The Walking Dead's been on for so long, so I think that's why. And the last one will be from Liam Boyle, who says, so, do you think we will see a new villain in the second half of Fear the Walking Dead or just life in the Walking Dead world? So for Fear the Walking Dead Season 4 second half, I think we will see a new villain this back half, but I think it'll come in near the end of the half. So that's August 12th. That returns. Walking Dead TV series Season 9 premieres in October as per usual, I believe. And yeah, that'll be it for today's video, guys. Let me know what you think about these comments. Where are you at with this one? How do you feel about the time skip and what the season's going to feel like? How do you feel after all this stuff just keeps coming out, that no, this isn't nonsense. This is legit. This is happening. And we are really going to see a new Walking Dead this year. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you guys think. And if you like this video, please thumb it up below. You can share, you can favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate it. And you can do it. Bottom left to subscribe and click the bell to turn notifications. If this one, see you guys again soon for another video. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.